Leo, welcome to Illuminated Tarot. My name is Jenna. Today I'm here to do your reading for mid-June. We're going to take a look at your recent past, your current energies, and your immediate future, as well as some important advice from Spirit. Let's get started. I'm going to first start out with a Sacred Destiny Oracle pull. We're going to see what comes up. Thank you for tuning in, for sharing this space with me today. And thank you, Spirit, for presiding over this reading for Leo. All right, we're going to do a quick shuffle. I hope you're all doing well. All right. What are the frequencies, Leo, that you are dealing with for the rest of the month of June? What's happening for you all? What can you expect? Ooh. Is that two? Yeah. Ooh, solitude and standstill. Okay, wow. You're being told to pull back your energy in a situation to find your inner peace. You need to take a time out. Things are at a standstill for a reason. You need to just it feels like there's been some ripples. Maybe there's been some intense emotions. And you need to just let everything kind of calm down now. All right? Interesting. Things need to halt for a moment so you can gather your energy and come back to a place of peace. It could have to do with a connection in your life that is very important to you. We have two koi. You could have a family dispute going on. I'm just getting this overall, like, take a time out, process what you need to process. Let's go into the tarot now. Or you just need a little bit of solitude sometime in the second half of June. So you need that time for yourself. You could be working really hard and you're getting a bit worn out. Oh, wow. And here we have the Hermit with the Five of Swords. Yeah, I felt that it's time to take a time out from maybe not seeing eye to eye with someone. And that this is important for you to take some space from it. You know, nothing gets solved when we're triggered and activated. So, yeah. You're reflecting on an energy that is a little unpredictable in your life. It's like you need some space from this situation. All right, recent past, Five of Cups, Justice, and the Five of Swords. You might have had to stand up for yourself in a situation to bring out more balance. Something was making you feel sad. And it could be the way that someone's responding to you. It's almost like you maybe I think like you called somebody out, and as hard as it was because they were hurting you. And the only way to bring justice to the situation was for you to speak up. It didn't make somebody happy, though, what you had to say. Oh, and now you've been going through a tower and trying to find clarity. We have the Tower, the Ace of Swords, and the Queen of Swords. Yeah, you're holding some sort of firm boundary right now around a situation that has created a little bit of a stir. All right, we'll put it that way. There's been a stir going on in your life in some capacity. And now, in order to find clarity, I feel like you're drawing an important boundary so you can get into... it's like you have to think things through right now. Yeah, so you can get back into your heart. You're disappointed in someone, but you're manifesting more unconditional love in the near future. So I do see things shifting in the situation. Overall general energy. You could be reevaluating. It's like this is important time for self-reflection, Leo, around something going on in your life that's been causing you to feel pretty down. Because it's like someone's not listening. You're at an impasse potentially. Some of you are going through potentially a legal battle because the scales of justice are involved. Feels like something's unjust in a situation. You feel like someone might be being unfair. Yeah, and you're trying to bring the situation back to balance, back into a state of balance. All right, let's see. What is this? You know, the Seven of Pentacles is an energy of, let me just take a minute. I need to reflect on this. I need to reevaluate this, reassess this, and determine my next course of action. You're reevaluating something. Yeah, you are walking away from some sort of conflict in your own solitary energy at the moment. You've invested in someone who's got Scorpio influence here. You're trying to transform a situation around, and someone's feeling lack around you. or you're feeling lack in general because of what you're going through. Five of Pentacles is what I'm ascribing a overall blanket statement around the Five of Pentacles. It's basically a feeling of lack. This isn't good enough. This isn't working for me. It needs to transform. It needs to change. Death. I am putting my energy into it. It means something to me, but yeah, it's creating a feeling of lack. Let's go into the Justice here. What needs to come into balance? Balance is needed. Yeah. Another Five of Swords. You've been in some sort of battle with somebody. I don't know who it is. You're showing that you are staying strong with the Nine of Pentacles. This is independent energy. So you're like, it's almost like you're claiming your sense of sovereignty in a situation where I don't know if they've been picking a fight with you. I don't really know exactly what went down, but it's been enough for you to be pretty upset with them and to feel like you just need, in order to come back into balance, you just need to feel a little bit, you're taking space. Things are literally at a standstill at the moment because they need to be, because to engage further, it's because, it's like when we get into these states of lack and wanting to transform a situation, it's almost like it's outside of your control how someone's going to show up, but you can control pulling your energy back and safeguarding yourself. So you don't allow them to attack you anymore. I mean, 2 Five of Swords means like someone is in attack mode, and it's making you feel like you have to turn your back on them and stand in your own energy on your own. What is this Five of Swords energy? We have it here twice. What is this conflict about? And this is in the past, okay? But it's still continuing because we have the Tower. Oh, it's around someone. It feels like someone's not doing their part. It could be a work situation where there's been a lot of arrows flying, a lot of like, someone's not doing their fair share. We have the Six of Pentacles with the Eight of Wands and the King of Pentacles. You're trying to stabilize a situation where the communication gets out of hand. And it's around the energy someone's putting into something or not putting enough into it. This is that proverbial when someone isn't doing their work in either, whoever you are working with here, it's come to a head. And you stood up for yourself. And there's been a little bit of blowback from that. But you're standing your ground. I mean, King of Pentacles, you are standing your ground and saying, you know what? I'm not going to put up with this. It could be the way they communicate with you. There's some sort of communication breakdown going on. It may be that they're giving to this, but not in the healthiest ways. I'm getting that. What's the Tower? I feel like the Tower may have already fallen here. But what happened? What happened here, Leo? I feel like you had a fight with somebody. A verbal fight. Yeah, you've been in a power struggle. Five of Wands. Whoa, you were like, I'm hearing you saying, I am not putting up with this BS anymore. I'm not putting up with this. I'm not putting up with this. Emperor. It's like you got your staff and you're like, no. N-O. You may have been in some sort of power dynamic with someone at work or in your home life where you're realizing that in order for you to you're being asked in this moment, this upheaval, it's about your own personal power. I think in the past, you were yielding too much to an energy that tends to like to control you. And you're taking back the control and they don't know what to do. They're like kind of freaking out. It could be someone you stood up to at work who's being I feel like you have an emotionally manipulative person. The Tower, Five of Wands. It's a little bit of a manipulation going on here, especially with the Emperor. But I feel like you're going to succeed over this. It's almost like you taking a stand made someone go bonkers and they didn't expect it from you. And now you're kind of like feeling like, ha, I got the last word, but now you're like, wait a minute. But it didn't really do any good. It just created more controversy. Because this person is still in a place of lack. You got someone around you that's not in the best headspace. I don't know who they are to you. Because I'm not really seeing any cups of love here. It could just be someone it could be a boss who you may be actually getting a promotion and you're moving away from a authority figure. You could be you're having some sort of battle with somebody, a battle of wills, a battle of my way or the highway. And I think you've been compromising so much that now you're like, I'm not doing any. I'm not going to be the one to bend this time. I don't know what it's over though, really. It's around the communication and around someone not giving. At the end of the day, you feel kind of like you're on your own here. And I think you took a stand and said, I need more from whatever you're not getting from this contract with this person. What's this clarity that you have currently around the situation? You've gotten your head around it, that it's unstable, and that you both need to heal whatever is going on here. There's healing needed here. You're in a transition and you're not sure the fate of a situation. All you know is what is clear to you is that you're in the middle and you don't want what's going on in the past anymore. You want something new. You want a new frequency, a new energy, that you don't want to go to war with anyone in your life. And if it's going to be like that, you might even be like, I'm out of here, because we have the death here. It's either going to transform or it's going to end, but you're taking a stand and saying, you shall not pass. You've taken advantage of me long enough. And now it's like you've been in this power struggle, Leo. There's a softness and a vulnerability that I don't think you're getting from another, and you finally stood up for yourself and you made it known to them, and they're not sure what to do about it. You're holding some sort of firm boundary here. You got an energy that you can't trust. This is the sneakiest card in the deck. I feel like you have someone in your life who, it's like you're not, okay. This is a connection, okay? We have the King and Queen of Swords, where it's like there's love, but it's also icy. So you have these periods where it's all lovey-dovey and then it's icy. Or this could be a coworker where it's like strategic. There's a lot of strategy involved and a lot of manipulation, emotional manipulation going on. And you're just like, again, another card of emotional manipulation. And it's like, I think you're trying to make decisions right now and things are at a standstill. And it's almost like if you've got someone who's very manipulative around you, you're starting to pierce through that and you're like, oh my, what do I do now? Well, you sit in your own seat of empowerment and you try to stabilize your energy and you are reckoning with the truth. The Ace of Swords is clarity, justice, truth. You're seeing the dynamic and you're like, okay, I'm not going to put my head in the sand about it. I took a stand. I spoke up for myself. I feel victorious. I kind of won the fight. But at the end of the day, you're not sure what to do with the person because you're not seeing change fast enough. What's this Queen of Cups in the near future? Okay. All right. Yeah. I think that whatever you did that created a stir, where you put your foot down, Leo, this person's now like kind of yielding and going, okay, what do we got to do here? I feel like you really drew a really healthy boundary. And it's almost like you said, I'm not going to allow you to speak to me that way. I'm not going to allow you to do this again. And it's like you called someone out. I don't know if it's a work partner or a love partner. But I think you've been sitting in lack long enough and you're like, no more, no more. You're changing the dynamic. And I think that there's still a lot of love here with the Queen of Cups, right? There's a lot of love that you have, but now you're approaching this differently. It could be a work situation because this is also the work that's required to bring things back into alignment with the heart. I feel like you actually called someone out and they're actually going to start to change. And I think it's going to surprise you. Sometimes we must take a stand and we must claim, hey, you got some freaking stuff to clean up on your side of the street and I'm not going to take responsibility for that anymore. If someone's not doing their fair share at your job, you're like, I'm not covering for you anymore. If someone's not doing their fair share in a commitment, you're like, I'm not doing this anymore and giving you so much. I feel like you spoke the truth and this person's like quaking in their boots over here and they're like, okay, all right. Because there's a lot of meaning here to this situation. You've put a lot of heart and soul and effort. This is a star energy. So this is something that is very important to you. Someone who's very important to you. I think you're actually creating change here, lo and behold, you're manifesting change. And you're like, wow, I was that all it took for me to stand my ground and stand in my power and mean it? It's definitely, it feels like a victory because I think you got through to somebody. Four of Cups. They're listening now. They're listening now. It's almost like, you know, if you've had someone who's been manipulative, unconsciously manipulative, like you can read them like a book now. Yeah, you're wrapping up a cycle where you haven't been quite content with the way someone's showing up. But things are shifting for the better because we have the world. So you've learned a lot so far in the incongruence between you and another person and the power dynamics, the struggles, right? The conflicts, the argumentativeness. You're making a judgment call to look at the positives now. I think in the past you were forced to look at the negatives because of the way someone was showing up. You're showing this really strong spirit of tolerance and forgiveness and patience, but it was only through pulling your energy back after taking a stand and really speaking your truth did this occur. You should be proud of yourself because I think you actually stood up for yourself. And now there's a lot of fulfillment and a judgment call being made and someone is actually changing. It's like you've had maybe someone around you that's been in a place of their own stuff, you know, like their own wounding, their own way of acting out, their tantrums. I feel like you have someone that tends to react in their ego, and you've been making headway around getting through to them about the why and how to correct this and how to make it better, and almost like you've been this really powerful teacher because you're very patient with them and you've been very kind. This is someone in your life that's learning a lot from you and how willing and able you are to forgive, stand your ground, stabilize the energy, put up with the way. I just feel like you have an energy around you that's struggling a lot inside themselves, and they're seeing the contrast in the upheaval they're creating with the towers. And there's a big shift that's going to happen here where they're almost you're going to see a level of maturity from a place of, they could be a pessimist. And you're like, we got to change this around, dude. Like, what's up with this? It could be a friend that you're like, all right, I've heard enough of the negativity. I feel like you're calling someone out around that. You're manifesting a lot more happiness and fulfillment in a situation that hasn't made you happy as of late. Whoa. All right. All of these came out. What was that one? Yeah. Finally. Working together. Teamwork makes the dream work. Compromising, standing your ground. Emperor, Empress. This is a meaningful connection to you. Yeah. You're bringing it's like, let's use this fire constructively. We don't need to use the fire in anger. Let's use the fire in passion, okay? Because, yeah, you're moving past like, almost like a stalemate where you've had to be patient with this person. Things are definitely going to get better in the future here. If you've had a massive tower where you're like, oh my God, is this the end all be all? Am I going to end this situation? No, it's the energy had to shift, and a massive shift at that. I mean, you're going to stabilize this energy. It's like you're for the love of God, you're like, through sheer will, determination, and effort, you have actually successfully shifted the energy frequency between you and another person. I feel like it's been you dragging this person and just saying, all right, what do we got to do here? And it's almost like you calling them out is actually shifting the frequency. And now you're like, finally, they are listening. It's almost like they've been wallowing in their own self-pity, their own, they haven't been in the best place. And I don't even know if it has to do with you, but you're seeing their energy shift right before your very eyes in the near future. And it's feeling so much better. I mean, you two are going to compromise. It's like you're learning the skill set to deal with each other in a more constructive way. It's almost like you're taking a class and learning how to communicate with each other better, learning how to express your needs better, learning how to funnel that passionate energy between you in a healthier way, where now you're able to manifest together, not separate, together. It's like you're going to finally see eye to eye and what you need to do to make those little corrections, those tweaks, to actually, instead of working against each other, you're working with each other. Okay? Beautiful. Wow, this has been difficult though. It's almost like you've had a roller coaster of a month. And now though, it's almost like it's allowed you both to shift and make these important changes in the way you deal with each other in your perspectives. More peace is on its way, in other words. Wow, you stood up to a very fiery person. Congratulations, it's not easy to do. What is this? Protection needed, shield. Yeah, you pulled your shield out, that's for sure. Distorted view. Someone's had a distorted view here. Yeah, someone's been like operating out of their shadow a lot. And I think that you've been like almost like this teacher in their life around unconditional love, sacrifice, betrayal. Okay, let's read these. It's going to apply to the situation you've been dealing with. It is vital at this time to protect your energy field, as others may be projecting negative energy onto you. What did I say? You also may be in an environment for which you are absorbing negative vibes that are draining you. Call in Archangel Michael for protection and to clear your energy field. Having a practice of grounding and putting a protective bubble around you every day will be helpful. This could be a work situation with a boss. And this is about, I told you, your own sense of agency, standing up, claiming your power. A change in perspective is needed to view you or the situation with compassion. The root core of pain is often associated with how you may view yourself or the situation from a wounded place, this lack. Choosing to heal this brings the broken pieces back together to create a healthy viewpoint. Your strength is needed to pull back your power and gain perspective of the situation. You have gone through an emotional sacrifice for too long. It's time to claim balance and nurture yourself by standing in your power. What did I say? You did all of these things. All right, they told me there's one more that wants to come out. While I was reading those, there's one more that wants to come out. I knew it. And it was like, this is the shadow, right? And now we're going to the light. Heart opening. You're learning how to listen to each other in a deeper way because someone's been speaking to you through their wounded state and it's a distortion. Opening your heart center and listening to your intuition will always lead you in the right direction. You now have the opportunity to let down the walls you created from past wounds. Let your light shine from your heart to experience what the universe has always wanted for you. Wow. You're going through a massive heart openings experience with someone, whether it's a work partner or a love partner. It's a massive shift in the frequency that you share together. And it's been very hard. But I do believe that you're going through this incredible transformation from a place of lack in a connection to holding on tight, to standing up for yourself, to reclaiming your power, and to shifting the energies into a much better flow. Okay? I hope you enjoyed this message. I'll see y'all soon. Take care.